All right, quick PSA for DLive. It is going on. It's a better live streaming platform than YouTube. First, everyone cool that got kicked from YouTube is on there. Vincent James, the Red Elephants, Red Ice, Nick Fuentes, Salty Cracker, and tons of other right of center guys. But plus, there's also a lot of normie content. It's like YouTube. Used to be when it was cool. People who are too edgy for YouTube, but there's also like cooking channels and stuff on there. Or there's a girl who exercises and does exercise, that kind of thing. Even Nurkish and War Campaign are on DLive. It also allows you to donate any amount you choose, starting from 2-cent donations to hundreds of dollars. Plus, other users can gift channel subscriptions live in the chat, and you can interact with them in the live stream, or you can even give rewards to the chat that you can give away as you please. Bitchute doesn't compare to YouTube, not yet, but DLive is better than YouTube right now. I feel like people just don't necessarily know about it. Salty had a live stream last night. He had 20,000 people in a live stream. That's insane. It's exciting in a way that YouTube was a long time ago. YouTube used to be fun. It no longer is. DLive is a lot of fun right now. New gender swap Zorro series with focus on social justice. I guarantee that she will be fighting evil white men and not evil Mexicans. How do I know this? Just call me psychic. The old Zorro was fighting Mexican banditos who would come to town, rape all the women and horses, and rob the place. The new Zorro will be fighting time-traveling Trump supporters. All the bad guys are going to be blonde with blue eyes. So is the next 4 years of Biden and Kamala going to be SJWism turned up to 11? They got the next 4 years. Congratulations. Probably 8 years. One would think that they would be happy, but apparently they are going to double down on woke. Biden and Kamala aren't far enough left for them. At least there will be a lot of SJW nonsense to laugh at for the next 4 years. And at least I got to meet a president. I got to meet Kamala. She's insane. She's absolutely insane. The SJW stuff exploded under Obama, so I assume we are going to get a repeat of that. If you have fundamentally unhappy people, then no external force will bring them joy. You're not going to get this. She's not going to be hideous. She's going to look more like, AOC. She's going to be hot because they're not insane. They know they still want to they still got to have eye candy on screen, but I wonder if it will be set in Mexico. I suspect not, because they can't make the antagonists dark-skinned Mexicans. They just couldn't. They can't do it. They can't bring themselves to do it. They're going to be... Okay, here's my theory on why the next 4 years will suck, besides the obvious. There are going to be fewer big-budget films because of the theater thing, which... Big budget films weren't as woke as smaller budget films and smaller things where there's less capital invested, because you've got so much money in a big budget film. It could be, hundreds of millions of dollars that they don't want to lose. You can't afford to lose $200 million too often. But the less money that you sink into development costs, the more woke they're willing to risk, if you follow my logic. That's why comics are so insanely woke, because it's only a loss of, tens of thousands of dollars to make a comic. Or it's not even necessarily a loss. It's like, I don't know what the break-even point for a mainstream comic will be. Maybe it's... See, I don't think you pay the people... Like, Captain America is 25,000 issues, but I don't think you're paying them a percentage of the profit. I think you're paying them a flat fee. So they're effectively subsidizing underperformers. And I don't know what they're paying them. They're not paying them that much, but some of the artists are getting paid quite a bit. So conceivably, they could be losing money on, like, the break-even point for some of these comics might be, 30,000 issues. Maybe it's 20,000, whatever. My point is that they're only losing, like, they can afford to lose $10,000 on a Captain America or whatever it is, because other comics are subsidizing them, and they're willing, like, people think, oh, this is all about money, Hollywood, and these people are just all about money. Oh, no, you couldn't be further from the truth. If they were only all about money, then we could understand that motivation. Most of you normies out there though if you're listening to me, you're probably not a normie, especially if you're following Bitchute. The normies think that this is about money. It's a motivation. It's a motive they can understand. It's not. It's about propaganda. These people are not dumb. They're all wealthy people. Most of them are pretty bright, and some of them are very bright. They're not making Phoenix, the latest X-Men movie, Ocean's 8, Terminator 6, Ghostbusters 2016, all these other movies. Like, okay, the directors and producers, some of those people might be a little starry-eyed, pie in the sky, but the people who are okaying it and saying, okay, yeah, we're going to put $100 million into this, they're not dumb. Anyone who has control of that kind of other people's money is not dumb. They've got, advanced degrees, and they've got a lot of on-the-job experience. They know how to make money, and they know that there's huge risks in these kind of films. They know that, and they're doing it anyway. Money is not their motivation. Propaganda is their motivation. It's way more nefarious than you think, because if you thought money was their only motivation, you'd have to come to the conclusion that these people who are worth millions and millions of dollars are dumb people. Very few dumb people get to be worth that much. It's like when people say Trump and Hillary, if you're on the right, you think Hillary's an idiot. If you're on the left, you think Trump's an idiot. No, idiots don't get to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. That's not how it works. They're very smart people, so now you have to change your thinking to say, okay, they're doing what they're doing on purpose. So what is their goal if it's not money? What are they producing? They're producing propaganda. Really, really dark propaganda. Okay, so why the next 4 years are going to suck is because as the investment costs for films gets smaller and smaller, you're going to see people more willing to risk a $50 million woke film than they would a $200 million film. Like I don't know, what was Avengers? The last one was $400 million because Rooster, the Iron Man guy, was paid $65 million. You're not. Oh, come on, dude. You're not going to get some. They have to make that. That's in total costs and like advertising costs, it's like you're talking more than $500 million. So they're not going to risk that. But $50 million with advertising costs of another $50 million in toy costs and stuff. Yeah, they'll risk that to make woke propaganda. And I don't know how small films are going to get. If you're talking about stuff for Netflix, I just got this new Kindle. I've been installing like Disney Plus, HBO Plus, Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, all these other video sites. You're willing to risk if something only costs you $1 million an episode. It's like, yeah, they'll put in woke stuff there because they really, really believe in propaganda. Anyway, somebody says here, yeah, social justice is getting old. Guest starring AOC. Yeah, that's what the girl's going to look like. A younger, hotter version of AOC. Oh, she's very cute. And no, you're not going to see what you want to see. Oh, hey, what do I say? I guarantee that every greedy landowner she fights will be blonde and blue-eyed, evil, white devil instead of Mexicans. Yeah, that's me. What does he say? Oh, this is simply too sad to hate. The strongest emotion I can muster up for this ultimately is pity. Bingo. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, guys, and I'll see y'all next episode.